welcome to blog 57 of Tackle the Feelings Before the Behavior. And today's blog is called How to Help Your Child Through Painful Goodbyes. So my name is Paula and I am a psychotherapist and family counselor and also at the moment a teacher. So I wanted to talk about painful goodbyes because if I had to sort of look at a theme of things people ask me the most about or ask for help or a few tips or strategies, it's often to do with maybe saying goodbye to a nanny or someone significant in the home or new teacher, or you've had someone stay with you for an extended period of time and the child now has to say goodbye, or maybe there's separated families where you see a parent and then the parent leaves again. Or even worse, grief when you lose someone, a close member of the family or a friend, or someone moves away, or you all move away and you have to rebuild friendships and networks and new schools and everything. So these kinds of things are very normal. They happen all the time, but it can be very stressful for parents and it can be very stressful for children because they don't really understand. They're only just learning. Young children, you'll see with babies, it takes quite a bit of development for them to realize that you're actually separate from them. They believe that you are a part of them and they're at their beck and call. And it's only through development, maybe coming 2-3 years old, that you start seeing that your parents are individuals and things like that. And so it becomes very difficult to sort of understand people coming and going and saying goodbye or still being in your life but not physically with you. And that's something we have to sort of help children through. We have to explain it, reassure, and help them feel stable in amongst it. Because what's happening here is there's a lot of loss, so they miss that person or whatever. There's also a lot of fear and confusion and instability that goes along with it. So if that person can leave, what's to stop other people in my life leaving? And that kind of thing creates the anxiety in kids and often acting out behaviors and sort of weird reactions, if that makes sense, and often delayed reactions too, as they sort of think about what's going on for them. So I've also put here anger. And there is anger because they don't understand why you're here, then you're not, and why there are rules. Maybe there are visa issues, or maybe there's divorce happening or something, or moving schools because a parent's got a new job and they don't understand those social structures. They just think this is a terrible thing to happen. I've lost this person and I don't understand. And so there's anger at that, wanting something and not being able to have it. It creates distress in children. But because young children, especially under 5, their brains are not developed enough to sort of take on this huge trauma or loss that's going on for them, you'll see that it comes out in other ways, and then they'll look absolutely fine. They'll keep playing and all of that. And that dissociation from the problem is a coping mechanism and a very clever way our brains don't let their brains don't let them get flooded by the emotions behind this and the confusion, because they don't have the cognitive development, the thinking part of their brain developed enough for them to make sense of things by themselves. So they need you. So in these times when you have painful goodbyes and you're trying to help your kid through grief in whatever way, shape or form, and this change, because there's going to be anxiety because they don't understand, you're going to tackle fear. And when you tackle fear, that means you're increasing structures and routines and consistency. So don't change anything. Don't spoil them and do things different. Okay, this week you can sleep in my bed, or this week we can stay up a bit later, or we can go here, or I'll take you out of school for the day and we can spend some time together. I wouldn't recommend those types of things when there's been a change in the home. It's better for the child to feel safe within structure that they know, in familiar territory, for you to continue being the parent, to try and eliminate other change that's happening in their life. I hope that makes sense. So keeping with the rules, keeping with your routines as much as possible. Bedtime's still the same. The rules stay the same, the consequences stay the same. So don't be upset with giving consequences to kids even though they're feeling upset. This will help. This will help them to feel normal. They want to feel normal and secure. And so another thing to really do is to help them understand what's coming in the day. So with anxiety, eliminating that sort of unknown and creating containment by telling them what to expect and when. So running through the day, or when you're going somewhere, or right when we finished at Auntie Kathy's, then we're going to the shops, then we're going to go to the library, and then we're going home. After lunch we're doing this, then it's nap time. Whatever you need to do, whatever you're doing during the day, it doesn't matter if you're doing different things every day, run through it with the kids and then keep reminding them. So each thing that you're doing, remind them, and then we're going here and then we're going there. That you'll find that they need that assurance that what they're doing and when, because they're feeling out of control, you're helping them to feel emotionally safe and in control. So another thing during this time is to really talk about loss and reassurance, and normalize it, and speak about when you were feeling that way, and how hard it is. And if it is a person that hasn't gone away permanently, that hasn't died, and there is going to be opportunity for seeing them again, talking about that, telling them when they're going to see them, how they can keep in touch in other ways. Do they want to draw that person a picture? Drawing and creative expression when kids are going through things is really, really helpful as well. And then for yourselves as parents or caregivers or even teachers, don't be afraid of loss. Loss is a part of life. Sadness is an important emotion. Sadness is there to help you to transition, to process, to integrate what has happened, to make that a part of your worldview, and to help you. Everything inside you with these emotions is going to get you through. You can cope with loss. Our bodies are built to cope with loss. And we need to teach children that it's okay, it's nothing to fear, that you're going to feel sad for as long as you feel sad, and that's okay. And as a parent, it's to soothe that and to comfort that, and to allow for it to come and then to not be there, and for anger to come, and for things to try and get and to stay as normal as possible outside of whatever's happened there. And just trust that this will play out, and your child will process and get through it. But it is difficult. Allow them to talk. Allow them to feel sad and whatever they feel. So I hope that's been helpful. Ask questions if you need to. Take care. Bye.